This is our 11th week. I welcome you all to River Institute Masterclass, where we all came together on this table, being conducted by our master conductor, who came with all the masterpieces, and we are equipped. We are ready. You know, I recall the first class asking, "Are you ready?" And I could not comprehend what she was asking. But weeks they went, and we are now on week 11. And we're supposedly to be on 12. So we have finished our 12 master classes. So I want to congratulate all the queens, the beloved queens that have started this journey with us from when we had clinches of network and everything, but we conquered. We are overcomers. Each and every queen here, as I always say, we all come from different walks of life. Today, I was just reflecting in all types of women who have conquered. And there was a year where I had an interest in the queen from Ethiopia, because growing up, I was teased very much with my siblings that we are Ethiopians, we are so skinny. So I had an interest in this Queen Candice. 5 years ago, I just started to research, and I realized that she was a queen who was standing for justice. And it's something very close to my heart: justice, compassion, and just fairness in life, you know, where no one is robbed. So we are blessed. We have received a justice that is not from a hand of a person, but from the hand of God. 31st of May, I completed 12 years. And I was asking my Heavenly Father, does it mean that all the queens will have to go through these 12 years? Little did I know that on the other side of the city called Cape Town, there is a queen that has been prepared by the master, the creator, who created her to have this wisdom and all these ideas of businesses that are from him to share with all of us, to put it on the table. I just want to thank our Queen. Yesterday, she sent Queen City. She sent some pictures. I'm not someone who usually Googles people, you know, to check their background and something like that. I don't do it. But when she shared those pictures of our beloved Queen Tamimase with the quench, our atmospheric water, I was almost in tears, you know, just to share and to see that, you know, this journey for her, it didn't start now. It started as many years, as more than 12 years, as I have said. The journeys are different, and we get different calls to do. As we know that there are many women who executed justice. There's Deborah's, there's Esther's, and we've got our queen here who has called all the queens, not being intimidated, not afraid of competition, and the culture and the spirit that she has embraced on this 12 weeks. I have never seen queens that are marching on their lanes and not competing, but collaborating and respecting each other, honoring each other. Thank you so much, Queen Tamimase. Besides just learning about the economy, the technology, and everything, I cannot stop talking about port of entry, because for me, that was like, this is the gate that I've been watching and seeing, that there is a port of entry that needs to be closed. And the way you have executed that teaching for me, honestly, I understand when you say master classes will not be finished. We are in crisis like this because there were people who came out of prisons, they came out of struggles, but there was not a teacher, because once you master also that money, it's a tool that solves the problem. Money does not control you. Money, it's a seed. So hence, most of the queens, I say to them, ask for the seed to plant as a foundation to this organization that is taking all of us as queens. So we have sowed our seed in this vision because this vision was worth everything for us to run with it. So we thank you as I welcome you this evening. I welcome you with a heart of gratitude, thanking God Almighty for keeping you safe for all these years. It wasn't easy. And also saying, do not fear anything anymore. All that you have prayed, it is time to be seen, and no one will take the glory. Only God will give, we give him all the glory that is due to him. Thank you, Queen Tamimase. I give you the stage as you take this masterclass. We are grateful and thankful to God for your life. Over to you, my queen.
Wow, thank you so much. Ooh, I cannot believe we are now at the end of our masterclasses. It's been a very interesting 12 weeks. And they say time flies when you're having fun, right? So I guess we've been having fun. And what you've just said now, Queen Chrissy, about you not forgetting the port of entry. Just yesterday, I was talking to one of the queens who was actually sharing the same thing. She attended an event, right? And they were talking about technology. They were talking about the fourth industrial revolution. And then she was saying to me, she says, it's situations like these or events like these that makes me, really understand how much I have learned in these 3 months, because I become so bored when I'm attending these meetings lately because they are not talking to the core of the problem. And she even said that, you know what, they're still talking about the 4IR. Like, this is so far in the past. We are deep in the fifth industrial revolution right now. Who's talking about the metaverse? Who's talking about the blockchain technology? Who's talking about all these things? Because these are the things that we should be talking about. So that made me realize how much we have learned in the space of 3 months. And I'm happy to see that whatever that we have been doing in the past 3 months, it has not really gone unnoticed. And that the queens have taken something with them, in the space of the 3 months. And she also mentioned the same thing. She says, of all things that I have learned, I can never forget the port of entry, and the way it was explained, what it means, and how important it is in our journey as we start building as women. So it's been a very interesting journey for me personally. And this makes me remember that great ideas, they don't fail because they have become obsolete. They don't fail because they lack substance. They fail because they lack support. And throughout these 3 months or these 12 weeks, the best thing that we have gotten from this platform is support. We started supporting one another from day one until this day. And that is what builds great relationships, great platforms, great networks, especially for women. The great author, Maya Angelou, once said that I come as one, but stand as 10,000. And that's basically what I have experienced personally in this journey of 12 weeks. I came as one, but now I'm standing as 10,000. And that's the beauty of multiplication, the power of multiplying ourselves as we build, because that's one of the things that we touched throughout the master classes, that we are here to build an economy. And an economy is built by numbers and the financial resources. So now, as we are standing as 10,000, symbolically so, we become stronger. You know, just like the lions in the jungle, if you've ever observed the life of lions and lionesses, what happens there is the lionesses build what they call a pride. So a pride is a family, a close-knit family of sisters and cubs, you know, their kids, you know, and stuff like that. So now what they do is they make sure that they support one another. They are there for one another. And if you've ever noticed, when they hunt, it's only lionesses that go hunting. The lions never hunt. They just eat and protect. That's their job. So as the lionesses go and hunt, they always go as a team. They always hunt as a team. That is why they are never defeated, because they stand together, united all the time, and they support one another all the time. So that is what I have seen in this shortest space of time. I have seen that unity. I have seen that togetherness. I have seen that support. I have seen, you know, people selflessly going out of their way to go and support a queen, to go and support a sister. You know, we have made this more relational, more than anything else. So our gathering here in this past 3 weeks, it was more relational, and that's how you build powerful relationships, powerful partnerships. They've got to be relational. When anything is relational, is you take the other queen as your sister. You don't take the other queen as your competitor. You take them as your complement. You know, we complement one another. We don't compete against one another. And that's the attitude we need to create. And that's the mindset we need to build if we are to build the economies we say we want to build. We need to be intentional in our lives. You know, it is only when we are mindful with our choices that we can lead a life of purpose. And a life of intention is a life with self-examination. We need to self-examine ourselves, and we need to ask ourselves questions with every choice that we make. What do we need to grow towards our greatness? You know, it's a choice that we all need to make, whether it's about friendship, it's about lifestyle, it's about opportunity, it's about anything. You know, we need to ask ourselves, is this an obstruction? Is this a construction? Or is this anything that is actually helping us lead meaningful lives, you know, towards our destiny? So it's a choice, really. And yeah, like as I said, that once we ask ourselves if it's an instruction, if it's an obstruction, or if it's a construction, then we will be able to make decisive decisions. And I'm very grateful that we have gone through this journey. We have learned so much. I personally have learned so much from each and every one of you. I have queens here who would drive, go all out of their way, drive 2.5 to 3 hours, and like up to 7 hours drive, just to go and make a presentation in another town, and making a presentation to people not even their own, but helping a queen, helping a sister. And that's the spirit that we need to move forward with. We have gathered here to build. We are in a crisis, in an energy crisis. Not only that, we are in energy is, when we're talking about energy in this space, we not only talk about energy as electricity, but we talk about energy as us, with women's emotional beings. They carry some energies, positive energies. That's why they say there's no home without a mother. It is that energy that binds, and that is what we need to have and cultivate, to work towards together. And now we are different people. We come from different backgrounds. We have gone through different trials, and we might be affected here or the other. That's why we need to be patient with one another. If you remember in our first master classes, we were talking about the qualities of a great leader. Here we are building those great leaders. As we build this economy, we need to build ourselves as well. Yes, we cannot deny the fact that as women, we are broken. But there's one thing I would like you to, to remember as we move forward. Just give yourself this vision in your mind. We all have gone through trials. We all have gone through different seasons. That's why life has different seasons, different cycles. And as we go through these different cycles, it's not a smooth sailing. We dance in the storms. We get thrown into the deep end, rock bottom, where we have to climb. Now, when you hit that rock bottom, you've got two choices when you are down there. When you fall there, you fall on rocks and stones. So it is up to you to take those rocks and build stepping stones that you will use as you rise up. Or it is up to you to take those stones and throw it at people who are looking down at you, laughing at you. But whatever it is that we do, we bear the consequences, right? So right now, as life throws you in that rock bottom, it wants you to pick something up from there. There's gold stuck in those rocks that you need to pick and bring up as you go up. And as we know, the higher or the stronger the fire, the more refined is the gold. So if you bring that gold, we must always remember that when we fall because there's something we need to pick up from the ground, which is what makes us trip on it all the time. And if we don't pick that thing up, we will keep tripping on that over and over and over until we pick it up. So we learn. And as we gather together as now this Womenity tribe, we will step on one another, we will stumble on one another, but we need to learn to be patient with one another. And as we fall, let's support one another and let's pick up. If there is something that we need to change, we talked of butterflies, the transformation that we are going to go through is not only digital transformation, but personal transformation as well. And anything that transforms, it changes completely. It never changes back to its original form. And that's what we need to take with us as we move forward. And that's what we have learned. We have learned about the energy as an economy, as a currency. We have learned that now we are deep in the energy revolution, and any revolution, it forces you to change, right? The fact that there's a revolution, which means there is something that needs to change. And now we are in the middle of technology that we need to use to change. And there is so much that we need to do here. We're not only learning about energy and how we can get into the opportunities, but we are also learning about how to navigate through this revolution that we are getting into, which is the fifth industrial revolution, which is a convergence of the physical and the digital world. When we introduce ourselves, we are saying we are women in digital energy, right? Why digital energy? It is because the entire world is shifted. There's a huge shift right now that is happening from physical to digital. And if we are to come up with the energy solutions, we need to be a step ahead of the digital transformation we need to transform. So the transformation doesn't only happen in energy, where we are moving away from fossil fuels into renewable energies, but also technology as well. So we have learned all of that. So if you never attended the first master classes, that is what you might have missed on. And you haven't basically missed, because we have all the recordings in our Bioscope platform. It's sad that today we are saying goodbye to the master classes, and I'm sure we are going to miss the Wednesdays. Wednesdays are never the same anymore. Right now, we know that we gather together every Wednesday around this time. We gather around the table as queens. We are sitting around the dinner table, having round table discussions, because all of this is about us discussing and planning ahead and implementing and moving. So time's actually quite interesting right now, because we are only 2 weeks away from the award ceremony, which we are all really looking forward to. I cannot wait to meet each one of you, those who will be able to attend in person. I know that meeting virtually is never the same as when we meet in person. And right now there is that vibe, that hype, that we know that whatever the hard work that we have put in throughout the 3 months, we are going to be recognized, rewarded, and celebrated for that. So one of the major items that we will be having on the 31st is that celebration, where we will be celebrating the queens who have owned up to the entire project and the entire process and the entire journey, and said, we are running with this. Remember, when we continued with the master classes, we introduced you to an opportunity where now we said you can be a shareholder in what is being done. There is so much, like Queen Chrissy just said now about the quench. Those of you who were there during that particular masterclass where I was sharing the story of how Quench was birthed, you will remember how it was birthed. So for those of you who were there, it will resonate with you when we're mentioning the word Quench. But now these are some of the projects that we will be privileged to take part in. And after this masterclass, or basically after the 31st, when we continue with business seminars, we will be having another event in October. And as we move towards that event, I cannot wait for that day where I am officially greeting and welcoming you as shareholders. Yes, you are shareholders now, but when you are officially shareholders holding your share certificates in your hands. And I cannot wait for the time. For those who have purchased the tickets, I cannot wait to welcome you as partners in the projects that we will be doing, especially the first one that we will be starting off, the solar farm with the data center. We are really living in very exciting times. I cannot emphasize it any more than this. I know that you are burning inside, wanting to know exactly all the details about the projects. You will, we just need your patience. You will know everything about the project. You will know everything about the impact of this project. But one thing I can say to you now is that we, as this group of women, as these lionesses, as these queens sitting right here today, are writing history. With this first project that we will be doing, we will be starting to write history. Everything has been laid on the table. I know that we still have among ourselves queens that are still doubting this process. And I do believe that time is an equalizer. So if you are doubting the process, you have all the right to. You have all the right to do your due diligence and take your time. But the time is not, is not on our side, unfortunately. So it is wise to make decisions, calculated risks. But at this point in time, we have so many things that we can see that actually tell us that this is it. There is never a time in history where you got someone who is coming to you and saying, I have worked over 12, 13, 14 years on this project, and I'm bringing all of them to you to say, let's own up. Let's own all of them up together. Let's partner, come and be my shareholders. Let's work. It's very rare that you get those type of opportunities where you are included in the mainstream economy. And now opportunities like these don't come, they don't come often. They come once in a while. So it is wise to grab these kind of opportunities now while we can still because the windows to these type of opportunities don't open for long enough. By the time you want to grab hold of the opportunity, you will find that the opportunities are gone or taken. So today I'm not really sharing any slides, and I'm not going to be long. I just wanted to summarize what we have been up to in the past 3 weeks. And I'm sure many queens who have been there from day one will know that our lives are never the same again, and they will never be the same ever again, because what we learned, it makes us realize that nothing is impossible. Because like this queen I was talking about, if she goes to these events, now she can contribute positively and more meaningfully in any conversation, because she knows what is at stake. It's beautiful. One of the masterclasses we did touch on the little knowledge. It's very dangerous to act on anything with little knowledge. So make sure that you know everything before you get yourself involved in anything. So what we are entering into now, it's not something that we are going to start afresh, doing the research, the feasibility studies, all of that. Everything is in place. Somebody else has gone through all the pain to go through all that process. So the only thing you need to do is come together and build. Remember, we said we are looking for 500 shareholders. And why 500 shareholders? We are talking about a company called Women in Power Invest, which is WIP. From its establishment in 2018, one of the visions and mandates of WIP was to empower women, at least empower 1 million women by 2030. We are 7 years to 2030 right now. We are still not even in the first 100,000 or 10,000. Or even 1,000. So this shows that we have so much work to do. So the 500 that we are opening is the first window to the shareholders. So when we say empower women, we are talking about a shareholding. There is no better empowerment today than giving someone an opportunity to own and be part, actively partake in an opportunity. So gone are the days now where we are saying that for you to make it in the economy, you need to be a tenderpreneur. You need to get a tender. Yes, you can get a tender, but now we need to differentiate between us, whether we are business women or we are entrepreneurs, because there's a huge difference between those two. So as we move forward, we need to know where we want to be. Do we want to be entrepreneurs, or do we want to be business people? When you're a businesswoman, you wake up every day like you're working. You work from 8 to 5, no rest. You are all over the place. You do everything on yourself, and you work like you're employed. That's being a businesswoman. And being a businesswoman is, yes, you will be a tenderpreneur, where you are taking opportunities that are there, that other people have worked on, but you have no ownership in any of that. You just are employed by that person to do the job, and that's it. But when you're an entrepreneur, you become creative, you become innovative, and you take the initiative. And that is what we need to learn right now. And that is what I have seen from each one of the queens I have directly interacted with. You know, they come to me with initiatives. You know, when we say we work together, then you know that you are free to come around the table, we discuss, and you can share your thoughts, and we can see if those can be incorporated in anything. So as you come into this space, you are free to come up with anything that you think might work. And I have appreciated that part greatly with the queens, because that's exactly what we have done. Coming to me and says, how about doing this way? That's exactly why these opportunities were brought here, so that we come together, because one person cannot know everything, and one person cannot do everything, and one person cannot build an economy. An economy is built by a multitude or an army of people. Women, as we are builders, and we need to start the building work. But we cannot build when we are broken, right? Remember when I mentioned that example of when you're being thrown in a rock bottom? That's part of a season that we have to go through. And when you are thrown in that rock bottom, it's your choice to use the stones to hit the people passing by, or to build the stones up, and not forgetting to pick that gold that is stuck in that rock. What are you going to do with that gold? Because it doesn't mean that when you've hit the rock bottom, you're not going to hit rock bottom again. We lose things over and over. We start over and over. You know, it doesn't stop. It's just a cycle. So now if you fall rock bottom and you pick that gold from that rock, what you're going to do is, when you break again the next time, you can melt that gold and mend your brokenness, so that you are no longer broken now, but golden. So that's the beauty of life. So it depends on how you look at life, really. So when you fall in that rock bottom, then know, instead of you getting frustrated of your fall, start looking for that gold, because it is that gold that is going to help you mend yourself, so that you are more valuable. You know, that's the beauty of being broken, right? As women, by nature, we are strong. We are delicate, but we are strong, just like butterflies. But now, the nature of picking that gold is that when we are broken and we mend ourselves with that gold, remember, this is what Chinese do. Chinese don't throw broken bowls. Once a bowl is broken, they mend it with gold. Now, when that bowl is mended with gold, it has those lines that look like scars, but those scars become golden. And when you put that bowl in your cupboard, you don't want to use it. Not for anybody else, not even for yourself. Why? Because now it's more valuable. It's got gold in it. You see? So you no longer see scars. You no longer see cracks, but you see gold. And that's what we have learned in these 3 weeks. Sorry, in these 3 months. We have learned that together we can help mend our scars. You know, instead of laughing at our crowns, at our falling crowns, we fix each other's crowns as queens, right? That is why we are calling one another queens. So if you are new, you might be wondering, what is this queen thing? We are queening right here. Why? Because we are all queens, and we all wear our own crowns in different ways. And if your crown falls, I must be able to fix it without laughing at you. And that is what we need to learn as we grow. So next time, remember, if you fall, we are all here. You're not alone. And make sure that you've got that gold in your hand. And as we move out of here tonight, we need to always remember that even if we are broken, but we are golden, because we are able to mend ourselves with that gold and be more valuable than we were when before we got broken. So that's just the beauty of life. And if we look at life from that angle, it's going to be easy for us to build anything, because what we are getting ourselves into now, this energy solutions space, it needs us to be golden, not broken. And once we start golden, because now we will be able to create the confidence of knowing that we can do it, because we are going to meet so many obstacles. We are going to meet so much sabotage, all of that, because we are entering into a space that's male dominated, and we are pioneering something that has never been done before. So it's exciting times, so many things that are in the pipeline, but we're going to take it one step at a time and make sure that we leave traces behind us as we move, because we are here to build generational legacies. We are building legacies that we will be leaving for our children, so that in the coming years, when they ask us, they can see our trail, that our mothers were here. Our sisters walked here. We are builders of nations, builders of homes, builders of communities. We need to build our nation. We need to build our continent. Everything's waiting for us, because we have never really been given that opportunity before, and nobody's going to give us that opportunity. The world is not going to be giving us that opportunity. We need to grab it. We need to elbow our way right through to the front of the queue now, without asking for engagement. We are audaciously getting into the space, and we are going to be owning it up. And for us to be able to do that, we need to stand as one. We are coming here, all of us, we came here as one, but we stand now as 10,000. So if we do that and cultivate that unity, then we will see that we will put a dent in this universe. And there is nothing the world fears the most like the unity of women. And that is what we need to start practicing. And I've seen it happening live with you, queens, the kind of sacrifices you have made. And this is exactly what we will be looking for when we are identifying queens who will be celebrated and recognized on the 31st of August. We all know that the queens who were supposed to be celebrated on the 31st of August were the queens who have met all the criteria. We had the top 20, which we later changed to the top 50 to make the queens qualify. We had top 200, top 300. And I have sad news today. And part of the sad news is that not even one of us queens has managed to reach any of the levels and ranks we were supposed to, so that we can qualify to be recognized and celebrated on the 31st of August. But that does not take away the fact that we have put in so much effort, which is what should be celebrated instead. It's not really about quantity right now, it's about quality. And the quality that you have put forward in this journey is insurmountable, and we have decided then, as we sit as a committee, to say that, okay, we are not going to be celebrating quantity in terms of how many. Yes, we know we need to build this network, right? We cannot really run away from that, because we're building an economy. But 3 months was too short of a time for us to be able to really do that. That was an audacious wish, that we could build this tribe or this pride in a space of 12 weeks. But now the good news is that we are still going to celebrate the 20 queens. Remember, we started by saying that we needed to celebrate the top 20 who have built networks. Unfortunately, we could not, because of the time and also the complexity of our content, because the content we were covering during the masterclass was not easy. It was new to most of us. It was complex, and it was comprehensive. So unpacking all of that was not easy. And we understand that it was a matter of queens learning something new and at the same time need to really qualify and meet certain requirements. And we decided to take it easy. So on the 31st of August, we will be celebrating 20 queens because those trophies are there waiting, right? And we can't let them go to waste. So we will be celebrating 20 queens. 20 queens have already been identified, but unfortunately, we are not going to name them here. We are going to be sending them emails. So 20 queens have been identified, and what did we look into as we were identifying these 20 queens? We were looking at what we discussed, I think, in our second masterclass, where we were saying for you to be a great leader, because that's what we are looking for from this masterclass. So for you to be a great leader, you need to be tenacious. So you need to exercise tenacity, agility, speed, humility, patience. So we were looking at those throughout these 12 weeks. We were trying to look for those qualities in you, queens, and we have found those qualities in most of you. And I'm really proud that we are coming out of this first masterclass as refined as we are today. And we are going to be more refined as we go. Now, all the queens that have been identified showed all of the qualities that I have mentioned. And we have no reason not to celebrate that, because it takes, a great, great strength to go out of your comfort zone and step out to go and help someone else where you are not going to benefit. And we need those kind of leaders. Remember, we still have the entire Africa waiting for us. We have, after the 31st of August, we have a great job of going out into Africa and replicating what we have been doing in the past 3 weeks. Already we have representation in 20 countries in Africa. But now they still need us to go and help them to become what we are today, so that together we can start building this continent. And after this, the 31st, the 20 queens that will be celebrated, they will be starting a new journey of mentorship, where they will be mentored to be greater than they are, so that they can be the greatest leader this industry needs. We have so much work ahead of us. We're not just building. We have to take into consideration so many things that we need to unlearn, relearn, and learn. It's quite an exciting journey. So all the terms, the instructions or whatever, it will be communicated to those queens that will be receiving those emails. And in terms of logistics to Johannesburg, wherever they will be coming from, that will be discussed in the emails. And for those who have not been able to make it, it does not mean that you are not celebrated. Everyone here is celebrated, but now we just are celebrating the outstanding qualities that we have seen in the queens, where that will help us as a team, to lead us into our greatness. And that does not change anything if you have upgraded as a shareholder. We are all equal shareholders. We will all have equal access to opportunities and equal participation. And nothing changes that. It's just that in each and every structure, there's got to be a leader, right? There's got to be one that takes the lead. And these queens will help us in terms of taking that lead. And we would like to say congratulations to them in advance. And thank you for giving it your all, because you were not paid, not even a single cent for doing what you did. And each and every one of you, you took from what you had, from the little that you had, and you gave your all, and we appreciate you all. And those who have bought the tickets, I'm looking forward to be seeing you in person on the 31st of August, and into building relational relationships moving forward. What we have and what we are doing is sought after. Everywhere where we go and when we introduce ourselves in terms of what we do, and we say we are women in digital energy. What? What is digital energy? So can we see how far behind our country is, our continent is, when the rest of the world is running? So which means we have a lot of work, teaching, educating, and capacitating people and institutions. Because the person who was asking us what is digital energy was in the energy space, but they don't know what we are doing. So we have a lot of work to do. And we are very much fortunate that this kind of information landed on our laps. And it is beautiful for us because you are being led by someone who has been doing this for the past 12 years, doing the research and development. So we know exactly what we're doing, we know exactly what we're talking about, and we know exactly how we're going to execute this. And that is what makes us unique, different, and that is what is going to help us step ahead of our game. What we have is going to assist us in terms of seeing problems 10 years from now. So we are 10 years ahead. When we start implementing this in terms of maintenance and everything, and the technology transformation, the digital transformation, we are 10 years ahead. And that's what sets us apart from everything else. That's why we're saying we are pioneers. We will be pioneering something new, something great, something that has never been done. We are creating a new economy. We are creating a new currency. And that is what other people have not really seen yet. They have not realized that energy is currency, is the new currency. They have not realized that with energy, you can build the new economy. And that is where the world is going, because energy is at the center of every industry. No industry can run without energy. Without energy, everything is dead. We have lost billions in South Africa alone through load shedding because of the power cuts. So can you see how important it is to come with solutions that not only empowers people by powering up with electricity, but also coming up with solutions that will maintain those into the future, that will be integrated into the mainstream of technology, and also owning platforms like your Rollit, your social media network, owning our own digital port of entries. And with this new project that we will be doing, we are not only going to have our digital port of entry, but we will be able to control it and manage it through the data center. And these are the solutions that the world needs, rather than just thinking in front of us that we need to be powered up with electricity and then what? It is this reason that we are here today. It is because our dear ESCOM has failed us. They have failed to look ahead. They have failed to see that what if there's an expansion? What if there's an increase in population? What if there's an increase in the demand of electricity? How are we going to handle that? They never thought of it. Now we are having power stations or power plants collapsing. The grid is collapsing. And that's why we're having load shedding. So we don't want to see that happening. We have to learn from these mistakes and take it upon ourselves to come up with better solutions. We need to be at par. You know, there's one thing we need to remember as we go through this. There's a big shift in the universe. And the West, the global West, has seen this shift many years ago. And they also have seen that this shift is going to be coming from the South. And that is why you will be finding so many donors, so many financial institutions coming from the West into the South, which is Africa, Asia, where they are saying, we're going to give you loans, we're going to give you project finance, we're going to give you humanitarian fund, we're going to give you all of that. They are offering us all of that. Why? Because they know that the global West is collapsing. Starting with the US dollar. The dollar is collapsing, right? And that's why all the banks are now converting in what is called CBDCs, which is central bank digital currencies, because the paper money is collapsing. Everything is collapsing. So now, if everything is collapsing, we are the solution. We need to know that. And we need to be proud of who we are as Africa, because the change is coming from here. The change is coming from the East. The change is coming from Asia, is coming from Africa. And that is why you will see that China and India are taking over the world in terms of technology. The world is running to India and China for technologies. And you know, that is why if now if you're watching the news, you will hear a lot of talks about BRICS currency, BRICS bank, BRICS this, the BRICS development bank, the BRICS new currency. You can see the affiliation of other countries wanting to affiliate with BRICS. We have almost 50 countries now that want to affiliate with BRICS. Why? Because there's a shift going on in the world. And we are part of that positive shift. So we need to understand where we are, because once you know where you are, then you are able to position yourself to stand better and higher and to vibrate better. So right now it's all about that vibration, that positive vibe, and it's all about those positive energies. So let's take the opportunity while it exists. And because it's not going to be sitting here forever. This is also what is happening, right? The global West, yes, they know that they cannot control the shift. It has to happen, and it has to come from the South. But now they won't want to be onlookers, right? They would want to still come and control this shift from the South. And we need to be ready that it's not going to run smooth for us. That's why we need our numbers. We need to unite as women, because the economy is going to be built by women. You know, energy is the future, and the future is female. That we cannot run away from. So we must know that as this group that we are now here, we are a group that is going to rebuild Africa, that is going to rise Africa. We need to stand together and start working together. So the opportunities are there. They will be shared amongst all of us, and we will all partake. And, you know, the world is our oyster. You know, that's the best I can say right now. And yeah, you know, as I said, I'm sad. I'm saying goodbye to you today. And but it's not the end. I think for me, it's just the beginning. It was great knowing each one of you that I have come to interact with. I have enjoyed every bit of it. I have been happy to be part and make a difference in anyone's life that I've come across. And let's get ready to get into the new phase of our journey after the 31st of August. There's many other things that are coming, and I'm sure that we will grow from strength to strength together, and we will show the world what we're made of. You know, we need to change the status quo. We need to change how the world looks at us, because now, if the world is giving us 1.9% of their World Venture Capital Fund, let's create the 99% for ourselves and show the world that we can do it. And we are not going to wait to be given on a silver platter. We are builders. We are going to build this. And we have everything that we need. You know, we have our inborn capacity. We have our resources, our numbers. You know, we are lionesses. We are going to stick together. We are going to support one another. We are going to build this pride together as a unity, and we are going to dent this universe with our impact. And that's all I want to leave you with today. I am going to be ready to take in the questions, and I'm going to give over to Queen Monks, if you're around, or Queen Temps, to take over the question and answers. If you can kindly raise your hands so that I am able to unmute you and we can take in the questions. I know we might be having a lot of questions because it's the end of our masterclass. People are waiting for their emails. Those who have bought the tickets, those who have upgraded, they're waiting to be added into the groups, and people might be panicking. So let's sort all of that out so that everybody's comfortable and they know the direction, you know, where we are going. So yeah, so it's bit of mixed feelings for me. I'm happy, but I'm excited and sad. Yeah, but okay, Queen Monks, yeah, okay, there you are. I have unmuted you. You can go ahead with the questions. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Wow. As usual, good evening, Queens. They always say goodbyes are not nice. Really, they are not nice. Knowing that every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, we will be looking forward to meet, to listen, to learn more than anything, to learn. But now today yeah, that's that day for all of us. But having said that, I would like to congratulate the top 20 queens that are going to be recognized on the 31st. And Chief Queen Tammy, why didn't you give us the names? We would love to know who those queens are. But again, nevertheless, let's get to the questions today. Let me start with the hands. Please, queens, raise your hand. If you have a question, then we will unmute you so that you can take the floor. Whilst I'm still waiting for the hands, I will go straight to the chat box and look for questions there. Yeah, there's a lot of congratulations here. I know that I was cut off a bit. I'm not sure whether she is the first person to write on the chat box. We have our Queen Lillian Mitlo-Makulu asking, then the question is, Queen T, Chief Queen Tammy, does the said news mean shareholders are not qualifying for the project? This is a question from Queen Lillian Mitlo-Makulu. Over to you, Queen T. Does the said news, the said news, mean shareholders are not qualifying for the project?
Okay, thank you so much. Let me start by saying that I would like us queens to know the difference, right, between being a shareholder and also being a project owner. They are kind of different, right? Because when you're a shareholder, it means you have upgraded with that 1.5. And once you upgrade with the 1.5, nothing is going to change from you participating as a shareholder in the dividends. But now the project one is different in a way that you don't necessarily need to be a shareholder to be the project owner. So for you to be able to be part of the 500,000 project, you don't need to be a shareholder, but you can upgrade. So if for you to be a project owner, you need to buy the VIP ticket. That's all you need to do. So nothing is going to change. The project still stands. You will be a project owner, even if you're not a shareholder, or even if you're a shareholder, you can still be both. If you have upgraded as a shareholder, you can also be a project owner as well. So you can have them. You can have the best of both worlds. Nothing really changes. Nothing really changes that. I hope I have answered you, Queen Lillian.
Thank you, Chief Queen Tammy. I hope our queen has been answered from her question. And oh, wow. Chief Queen Tammy, we have in our midst the queens from Botswana. Welcome our queens. That's from Queen Voice, Queen V. That's from Queen Vui. We welcome our queens from Botswana. Welcome, welcome. We are happy to have you in this the very last dinner in the dinner's table with our very own Honorable Chief Queen Tammy. Chief Queen, would you like to welcome them as well?
Oh yes! Wow, that's actually great. It's funny enough. We were talking about that today. Where we were talking, I think we were talking about Free State, and something, just came and mentioned the Botswana Lesotho, and I did not know that today we will be graced by Botswana. So you are all welcome. It's a pity you are coming towards the end, but it's not the end, it's just the beginning, right? And welcome. We are hoping to also welcome you in our new phase coming, and that we will get to know one another, get starting working with each other. So you're welcome, and thank you for the representation in Botswana, and we will get to know one another. Thank you so much, Queen Vui, for making us aware of the presence of the Botswana Queens.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chief Queen Tammy. We're moving on to the next chat box. Good evening, Queens. This is from Queen Dineo. Good evening, Queens. Have we reached the target number of 500 Queens? If not, what happens hereafter? Do we work on reaching that number still? I can answer that one, Queen Dineo. We haven't reached the target of 500 queens yet after the 31st. In fact, even now, we are still continuing inviting more queens to upgrade on the platform. I hope you have been answered, Queen Dineo. Moving on to Queen Nandi Sitole. Good evening, Queens. I'm trying to buy the VIP award ticket. Can I just pay 4.5 into Nedbank Rowlit's bank account? We don't want to lose the 500 discount. Thank you, Queen Dutu. You have already answered the question. Yes, Queen, pay on Rowlit's account. That, Queen, has been answered, my Queen. And then we have the exciting times from Queen Patience. Thank you, Queen Patience, for that comment. Most definitely, these are the exciting times for all the queens in South Africa and in the whole continent, Africa. Queen Lillian Mehlomakulu again coming back with a comment. I assume, and we increase capacity. We have people who want to get in. I'm not sure whether she wanted to say, can we increase the capacity? Queen Lillian, could you please just raise your hand so that you can elaborate on this comment question? We'll give you the floor. Thank you so much. And then these are congratulations to the queens from Queen Lee to the top 20. We celebrate you, my queens. Congratulations again from Queen Vuyi. In order, beautiful queens. Thank you so much, my queens, Queen Lee and Queen Vuyi, for congratulating the top 20. A comment from Queen Namhle. Good evening, Queens. Is there any top-up amount that we need to pay on top of 1.5? That's a question, Queen Tami. If so, will the dividends be calculated on what you contributed? Quinty, could you please tackle this question?
Okay, thank you. Yes, we did mention in one of the master classes that the minimum is 1.5 and the maximum is 15,000, and that is calculated per share. So it's 1,500 per share. So the maximum is 15. So for 15, you get 10 shares, and yes, the dividends will be calculated according to your contribution.
Thank you so much, Chief Queen Tami. Okay, another congratulations from our Queen Duty to the top 20 queens that will be celebrated on the 31st. Well done. That's from Queen Duty. And the following congratulations as well from Queen Nomtandazo and Queen Nandisitole, Queen Jennifer, Queen Pepper. Hope I have pronounced your name correctly, my queen. Amanda Sitole, Queen Amanda Sitole is saying Wednesdays will never be the same again. I agree with you, Queen Amanda. They will never be the same again. When your phone is reminding you that it's about 10 to 6, yeah, we will remember these times and these sessions. We have another congratulations from Alice Masuku, Queen Alice Masuku, and also Queen Patricia, Queen Zonke Zipelele. What a journey, Queen T. Queens, powerful and life-changing presentations all the time. Africa is blessed to have you as a daughter. We as queens are blessed to have collided with you in this life. Thank you. To all the queens who have qualified, bravo. Africa, here we are. Queendom energy economy reigns. Future is bright. Future is female. Chisa. To all the queens who are in the program, the value we put in the program will definitely be a reward. Thank you so much, Queen Zanke Zipelele. Thank you so much. Queen Patience again saying congratulations to the 20 queens. And also another congratulations from Queen Maureen and Queen Tembeni, Queen Weziwe, Queen Zonke Ziphelele again, Queen Xolisile Kubega, Queen Bongiwe, a huge congratulations to the top 20, Queen Yoli Sandema. Good evening, Queens. I'm struggling with Triber. I have upgraded, but unable to finalize the process on Triber. And then there is a congratulations to the Queens. Queen Yolisa, please share your number or WhatsApp one of the queens here, and so we will be able to assist you on Triber. Queen Namtadazo, there's a question, Queen T. Can queens still buy VIP tickets?
Right,
and the answer is yes. And the closing time for the early bird promo, the 10% discount, is tonight at 12. And so if you still wanna bargain and save that 500 rands, 10%, you can make your payment now or before 12 midnight. Okay, and the Queen Tobacco, is there any tickets left for Queens? I am not sure of the question. Yes, we still have the tickets, Queen Tobacco, both for VIPs and the general. Yes, there are still tickets. Queen Bongiwe, till when can the Queen still upgrade? Quinty, do you want to tackle that question?
Till when? No, the
Till
upgrading.
when can the Queen yes, the upgrading.
Yeah, no, remember, Queen, we are here looking for 500 Queens to be shareholders. So the upgrading basically means you're a shareholder. So we're looking for 500. We're still sitting at about 200. So we still have 300 to go. So until we reach that target, we will continue accepting the upgrades, from the Queens.
Thank you, Chief Queen Tammy. And we're moving on to Queen Jennifer Maseko. I would like to know the deadline for purchasing tickets. The tickets, the deadline will be the 31st, ne? Day of the event before 12. And then who is this? Queen Maud. Good evening, Queens. Can we still buy shares after the 31st of August? Yes, my Queen. Chief Queen Tammy has just answered that question. As long as we are still below the 500 target, we haven't reached the 500 target. Yes, you can still buy the shares even after the 31st of August. When is the deadline for shareholding payment? Okay, we have just answered that question. That was coming from Queen Alice Masuku. We have our Dr. Queen Mother Angie welcoming the queens from Botswana. Thank you, Dr. Ramaipari, for welcoming our queens from Botswana. Queen Bulela is also congratulating the queens. And we have a comment from Queen Tsakane. Evening, Queens, at Queen Tammy. I have missed the criteria of the top 20 queens. If one have 3 downliner, which want to pay today, having 3 queens, putting money together for VIP table, and having them being downliners, what difference will it make? Please advise. That is the first question, Queen Tammy, from Queen Tsakani.
Okay, so
she has 3. Okay, yeah. There are 2 questions here, Chief Queen. Yes, the first one is if one have 3 downliner, which want to pay today, having 3 queens putting money together for VIP table and having them being downliners, what difference will it make?
Right. I'm not sure if I really do understand the question, but I'll try and respond. If you have, for example, first I want to make this difference. When you have queens buying tickets, it does not really impact your you reaching the criteria of qualifying to be in the ranks, right? But if they upgrade, then that's where it affects your network. So if you have 2 right now and you've got 3 that want to upgrade, so which means now you will be having 5. And remember, to be in the first rank, you need to have your 5 also having 5 under themselves. So like here, we are building, these numbers and networks. So yeah, so you probably might not really qualify, but as I mentioned earlier, in these top 20 right now, we didn't really look much into the numbers. Yes, we looked into the numbers, but also we looked into the commitment and the sacrifices that our queens have made. So yeah, there is that criteria that we're using where we look at the numbers and we also look at your qualities as a leader, because those two go together. It's pointless having you as a leader where you don't really manifest the qualities that are needed to be a leader. Because we have leaders who don't really know who still need to learn how to, like, what we call emotional intelligence, where you are able to interact with your team, where you are able to be as transparent as you can. We need to learn all of that. So we are looking holistically into all of that. So yeah, but that doesn't stop you in getting people who are interested, who wants to upgrade, because yeah, we are still continuing with the journey, whether we will continue in a different way after the 31st. But yeah, if you're getting people who want to upgrade, don't, just seize the opportunity. And I don't want people to get discouraged now, because we saying we have our top 20 and that's the end. This is not the end of the journey, so we still continue. So you are really free to invite more queens to upgrade, and as we're still looking, to reach the target, which we haven't reached yet.
Thank you, Chief Queen Tammy. There is a second question from the very same Queen Zagani. The second question read as follows: if 5 queens put together 1,000 rand, that's slab 5 for the VIP, and later upgrade with 1.5 each, are they going to be accepted on the category B? Please advise.
Yes, certainly they will be accepted on category B, because category B is for builders. So once you start building your team, and there's one thing I would like to emphasize, queens, we are building an economy, and building an economy requires numbers. We are not recruiting. We are not building pyramids. This is not a pyramid scheme. And I think I really want to emphasize that, so that as we go out there, invite queens, we don't mention the world pyramid scheme or all these kind of things, because that's not what we're doing. Here we are inviting queens to come and partake from the opportunity of being shareholders, right? That's all. And we have a limit, and once we reach that limit, then we will really start building. So we are not really recruiting for people to come and just put in their money. We have something tangible with his shareholding, and we have projects that are tangible that people will be part of. So we are building here, we are building an economy, and an economy needs numbers, and this is what we are trying to do, putting together those numbers. Yeah. So I think let's all bear that in mind. Let's not use the word recruit. We don't recruit. We invite people to come and partake from the opportunity of being part of this great journey that we are on.
Thank you, Chief Queen. Again, we have the congratulations from these queens, Dr. Queen Mama AG, Queen Babalwa, and Queen Refilwe. I'm going to read Queen Refilwe. Good evening. I did a payment on the 13th of August and sent an email of proof of payment. I haven't received an email of confirmation with my ticket link. What could be the delay, because the money takes 48 hours to clear in the Rollit bank account? Between the 13th to the 16th, the 48 hours have passed. I'm panicking because I want to secure a ticket. Don't don't panic, Queen Refile. You are safe. Believe me, you are safe. You will be receiving that email.
Can I also answer that?
Yes, please, my queen.
Thank you. Queen Refilwe, I understand your panic, right? And that's what we put on the website. We said 48 hours. And you are right to question that. But that's not really a reason for you to be fearful. Your ticket is safe. We just thought, let's just wait for the cut-off date, which is tonight, which is midnight, so that we know that we capture everyone within this space. So after midnight, you should be receiving your email with all the instruction, with your ticket, with your link. The link is ready, you know, the registration link. Actually, I can share that just before we finish so that you can see it's there. And we're just going to wait until we have everyone covered in all the monies that have been cleared before midnight. Then we will start sending the emails and the tickets. The tickets are there waiting for you. So don't panic. You're not losing out on anything, and you're not going to be missing, you know, any opportunity. So yeah, I hope you are settled now. In terms of really being afraid of losing out. You're not going to be losing out.
Thank you, Chief Queen Tammy. We're moving on. We have, Queen Lillian Mehlomakulu again commenting saying, I wish you can do it encore. Bafuni repeats, we want more, Queen. Thank you for helping Africa. That's from Queen Lillian Mehlomakulu.
Wow.
And then we have Queen Jade. After buying the VIP ticket of 5,000 rands and email the proof of payment, what is the next step from there? You will be receiving your email, and then there is a form that you need to complete, my queen. And yeah, you will then wait for your letter of appointment on the 31st for your project. Queen Jade, I hope you have been answered. Queen Zonke, is there a challenge with Capitec when queens pay from Bioscope? Queen Zonke, please raise your hand. Or you wanted to answer my queen, Chief Queen Tammy? You can answer.
Yes, I just wanted to say something about that.
Yes.
We've heard so many of our queens paying using Capitec, so I don't really think there's a problem with Capitec. What you need to do when you pay using Capitec is you need to approve your transaction. I think by logging into your app and following some instructions from there, because you need to authenticate the transaction. So maybe you could be on the lookout for that, but I don't really think there's a problem with that, because I think we've got almost 80% of our queens have been paying using Capitec. So yeah, maybe, but if Queen Zonke wants to maybe elaborate more on her question, then you can maybe give her a clue.
Yes. Queen Zonke, I will be checking the hands. I just wanna push here on the chat box quickly because it seems like we have a lot of questions and comments, Quinty. We have a congratulations from Queen Tandy to the top 20. Cindy Swatch, Queen Cindy Swa is saying, launch here we come. Congratulations. We also coming, given a chance. Okay, thank you, Queen. Queen Tutu again. It is still the same with me. My queen, I paid on the 11th. Okay, that one has been answered, Queen Tutu. And I sent the proof of payment to the email address provided. You will be receiving your emails just after 12 midnight. Congratulations to all the top 20 queens. As you always say, Quinty, Barendire. I say rendire. Barendire. Thank you for the opportunity you've given to the children of the land. That's Queen Kutala Malindi. Then we have another comment from Joyce Lamini. Congrats to the top 20 queens. The pool of our mentors is increasing. Bravo. And thank you, Gugu, for inviting me to this great platform of queens. Eswatini is also represented and looking forward to growing together as women. Quinty,
Oh,
can
yeah.
I give you this comment?
Please, I want to say something on that.
Yes.
It's been quite amazing to see our Swaziland queens, coming with all they have. I don't know how many tickets we have here from the Eswatini queens, and I cannot wait to be seeing you in the event. And thank you for the representation. You're representing Swaziland so well. And we are happy to have you also to be part of us. And I'm sure that we are going to be creating more synergies on how we can work together in getting this, to Africa. So I'm glad that we are also joined by queens from there, and they're really coming in numbers, and it's quite amazing to see that. So yeah, we are very privileged to have you here also attending this masterclass. And I'm hoping that you will be able to come to Johannesburg on the 31st so we can meet in person.
Thank you, Chief Queen. I have a suggestion, Chief Queen, because it seems like we have so many questions. Chief Queen, Queen Tambeni, could I humbly ask you to take the questions, to take the hands whilst I'm busy on the chat box? Queen Tams, please raise your hand so that Quinty can unmute you.
Good evening, Queens. Yeah, my thing is off. Good evening, Queens. Thank you for the opportunity. I only have one queen with her hand up. It is Queen Zipelele. Queen Zipelele, the floor is yours. Queen Tammy, please unmute.
Okay, I have.
Good evening, Queens. Good evening, Queens. Thank you. I've got a frustrated in here from Northwest. She has been trying to make the payment through Bioscope since yesterday, I believe. Quinty is correct to say that there is nothing wrong with Capitec because the other one who had the same challenge last night, we were able to make the payment through Capitec. However, with this particular queen, it is proving to be so difficult. She's crying tears now. She's been trying to make this payment. But as we speak now, I was advising her to download Paystack and then see if the payment cannot go through with that because she has been using a card and she's been wanting to get through Capitec, but unfortunately, in all the banks that are listed there, and when she also looks at the other, she does not see Capitec. So that's where the challenge lies. So I wanted to find out if someone has had that particular challenge and how did they resolve. Thank you.
Thank you, Queen Zipelele, for the question. Chief Quinty?
I don't think. No, I don't think I have any there because I'm not really quite sure what the problem is. So if maybe I knew, and if the queen still continues having challenges in upgrading on Bioscope, then we can maybe kind of handle that and see how we can make it easier for her to overcome that obstacle. I'm sure. I mean, we can do something if she has tried all the avenues and they're not working. We can assist. So Queen Zonke, you can get in touch with me and we can see how we can assist her.
Thank you, Chief Quinty. We have a question from Queen Weziwe. Can you buy the 5,000 ticket before upgrading?
Yes.
And the answer to that question, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Then it continues. If not able to attend physically, will one still pay 5,000 rand?
Yes.
Is there a chance of having a hybrid or something?
Hybrid. Okay, let me just answer the first question. To enable you to get the project, you need to get the VIP ticket, which is 5,000 or discounted at 4.5. So whether you're attending the event or not, you will still be required to pay the 5,000 or the 4.5. And it will be your responsibility to make sure that you can appoint someone who will be there at the event, or you can just write to us and just let us know. Actually, you don't even have to write. There is going to, in the email where you'll be getting your tickets, there's going to be a link that you'll be filling in. So in that registration, you will let us know if you'll be able to attend the event or not. And if you are not able to attend the event, then we will make an arrangement that your letter of appointment comes to you. And also, I don't want to promise anything, like if you don't go to the event, but all I know is the event will be recorded, right? So you will be able to watch it at a later stage, but I wouldn't really, if you can, I would advise you to go. And for example, I have Free State, where they are now over 30, there are over 30 queens who have clubbed together. So in case, for example, in case they want to go to Johannesburg, they can maybe arrange their own transport and they club, they do something that's called carpooling. They use one transport driving to Johannesburg from Bloemfontein, like it's 2 hours. So those logistics really they are dependent on the person who has bought the ticket to get themselves there or to make arrangements. But yes, the answer is you still need to pay the 5,000 for the ticket to enable you to get the project.
Thank you, Chief Queen, for that clarity. We have a warm welcome to our Botswana Queens from Queen Nandi and from Queen Tutu. Wow, welcome Botswana and Eswatini Queens. You are good neighboring countries. From Zipelele, Queen Zipelele, I have a queen who, okay, I think this one has been answered. Queen Jade, thank you, my queen. I'm answered. Okay. Quinty, do you have any hand to that side?
There's another hand up. Queen.
Yes,
Okay.
Queen Yolisa.
Yeah, there's
let me
Queen
unmute.
Yulisa's hand is up.
Okay, I have unmuted her.
Thank you.
Hello, Queens. Just wanted to assist in responding to the Capitec issue. Yesterday, I was actually upgrading. If you do EFT, Capitec does not appear, but if you do pay by card, then you are able to do the payment transaction through Capitec. So I did it successfully yesterday. It's just that I got stuck when I got to Triber. Thank you.
I think that's, thank you, Queen. I think that's what we need to be tackling in our next session. We will arrange a session, where we are attending to queries, right? So we will let the queens know on when we will be able to do that. We don't even have to have a Zoom for that. Maybe we can have a group WhatsApp call and just tackle those kind of queries and help our queens to fix that. But don't really worry much about tribal. We are going to get into the tribal thing after the 31st. So we will be having all the time, to fix whatever that needs to be fixed and get everything on track there.
Thank you, Chief Quintami. There's another congratulations to the top 20 queens. Can we please continue with the master classes, since we just have new queens joining us and we are still building? The new queens were just where is this now? Oh, the new queens were just starting to get to understand everything. That's Queen Portia Peter. Queen Portia, we have the recordings of the masterclasses from Masterclass 1. I am sure that Chief Quintami will also share the recording of this one up until to the end. And so the new queens needs to go through all of those recordings from Masterclass 1 up until this one. But yes, they need to familiarize themselves with that information about the project. Queen Yolisa has already alluded on her comment. Queen Cindy Swa Morwane, I paid 5,000 via EFT. How do I upgrade? Queen Cindy Swa, okay. I'm not sure whether you are new or you have been invited by a queen, but if you are new, then please leave your numbers here, and so the queens will be able to assist you with upgrading. Queen Dutu is saying, Queen Lillian, I said that I'm worried about the coming Wednesdays without masterclasses. Well, I'm not sure where. Okay, I don't know what does that comment mean, but yes, that's a comment from Queen Dutu. Another question here now. What is the deadline for 5,000 payment? The deadline is right on the day of the event before 12 p.m. 12 was a mini p.m. Yeah. Before 12 p.m. And then we have another comment here from Judy. Good evening, Queens. My company can assist with hybrid services if you want to do it. Okay, Queen Judy. Chief Quintami, I don't think that she will be doing the hybrid, but maybe let's give it to her. This comment about the hybrid. Chief Quintami.
Oh, sorry, I'm busy talking to myself. Wasn't okay. Queen Judy, thanks. Thanks for the offer, of the hybrid, but I think we really need your contacts. We can't say no. We'll never know, we might need it, because now what I'm thinking is that we might run out of tickets, or the tickets might be sold out, and we might be having queens who still need to partake from the VIP tickets. So I don't know how we're going to do it, but in case we need the hybrid services, then we can get in touch with you. So if you can leave your contacts. Yeah, thank you so much. We can talk. And thank you for offering. I really appreciate that.
Yes, on my side, that was the last comment, and Queen Judy has shared her contact details. Thank you so much, Queen Judy. Queen T, do you have any hand that side?
No, that was
the only hand I have is yours.
Is mine. All right, the only hand that is there. Let me lower my hand. My hand is lowered, Chief Quintami. And thank you so much for the past 11 Wednesdays. Today it's a bit emotional, Quintami, because I remember on the very first day when we were struggling to get to the very first masterclass. Yes, now when you're sitting here today and looking back on that day one, I remember it vividly, day one when everything was not coming together. Day two, we were still struggling to get to the very first masterclass. We wanted to learn, we wanted to listen to what is it that Chief Quintam is going to be offering us, going to be telling us, is going to be sharing with us. And technology was really not technologizing us on those two days, 2 or 3 days. But eventually we conquered. Here we are today on the very last masterclass. Wow. Thank you so much, daughter of the soil. Thank you so much for your vision. You are our visionary in this country and in the continent as a whole. You are that light. You are the chosen one for all the women of South Africa, the women of Africa, the women of all our neighboring countries as well. We thank God for your life. Thank you so much for all the wisdom that you have shared with us.
Wow. Thank you so much. Now you're making me emotional. Thank you so much. Hey, you make me remember. How can I forget? Like, seriously. We went for like 3 weeks, right? Like every single week we could not connect. We had to postpone. And I know we've lost many of the queens in that process who gave up and thought, this is a scam. Let's leave this thing. But I really want to appreciate the queens who held on and who believed, who had faith in what we were doing. And look where we are today. It's never easy. These kind of breakthroughs, they don't come easy. As I normally say in my masterclasses, that change is pain. You bleed when you change, right? So we really bled quite a lot when we started, because that was the starting process of change and transformation. Look where we are today. We are celebrating, we will be celebrating on the 31st, celebrating all those breakthroughs and pains and changes and transformation. And, when we look back, we can only pat ourselves on the shoulder for coming this far. And without you, queens, we could not be here. I remember I would have, private messages from queens and says, please don't give up. Don't give up. Let's keep trying. We will be patient. We are with you. We're here. We're not going anywhere. You don't know how much strength those messages gave me, and I really do appreciate those moments. Really, I'm ever grateful for this platform, for this network. I don't know. There's just something about this group. It's like everyone has been, chosen, picked purposely just for this. It's like everybody's fitting in this puzzle. It's perfect. I've never really been in a platform and network of queens like this, like how things are flowing here. So yeah, I'm grateful for our paths having crossed, each and every one of you. And I know, as I said, that this is not the end, but it's just the beginning, because we are not here to change anything, but we are here to transform everything. So we are here to transform, using the energy as our resource and transforming our economy. So yeah, thank you for trusting in the process. Thank you for having faith in this journey. Let's continue working and working together, and let's seal it off on the 31st. Let's go and celebrate this first phase of our journey and prepare ourselves for the next. The next phase is very interesting. We will be announcing some upcoming events on the 31st of what we are looking forward to. But there's another great event that we are looking forward to, not so far from here. And so it never ends. We will just keep progressing, And I'm not sure if I should say this here, but tomorrow I have been invited for an interview, for a radio interview, and thanks to one of the queens here. So we will be sharing the link so that if you are able to, you can listen in. It's going to be at 5 p.m. So we will share the link to the radio station so you can listen to the live interview. We will be talking about women in digital energy. We will be talking about everything that we're doing. We will be talking about the future of where we are going. And yes, please join in and enjoy the interview. And it will kind of give you an insight in terms of the entire project. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if Queen Sibu is here. And if she is here, we would really like her to say a few words of closing. And we can say goodbye to our queens. We will see you on the 31st. And we will continue interacting on our social pages. We are still going to maybe conduct some Zoom here and there where we are helping our queens to either upgrade or pay by the ticket or get onto Triber. So this is not the end. So just keep your ear on the ground in terms of knowing what's going on. And if you need assistance, we do have platforms on WhatsApp where you can reach out and really request for help. So we will have some sessions here and there to help our queens go through that until the 31st of August. But this is just the end of the masterclass, but not the end of everything. All right. So if you need any help, you've got the person who invited you, get in touch with her, and she will lead you to the right direction. Queen Sibu, let me see, where are you? Now I'm seeing Queen Buyelwa Sishuba's hand. I'm not sure if that's you, Queen Sibu. Let me just unmute you. I have unmuted you. Queen Buyelwa Sishuba.
Thank you, Queen Tammy. Yes, it is me, Queen Sibu. I'm joining with my mom here.
Oh, great.
My devices have been giving issues, so I'm with her on her device. Thank you so much, Queens. I can't believe we've come so far. It's been a very interesting 12 weeks. It's been a lovely 12 weeks, very informative sessions, great knowledge and power that we've been given as women. And to Queen Tammy, I would like us to say bravo. I would like us to congratulate you, Queen Tammy, for everything that you've put together for us to benefit and for us to bring in our families and our friends to come and partake in this dinner that you are serving here. So with that being said, I would also like to say some couple of words to the queens that are here. I will read these words. It's inspirational words, quotes for strong women. So the first one says, no matter who you are, it takes guts to chase after a dream. Stand up against injustice or stick to your convictions, especially in the face of adversity or different beliefs. Women especially deserve to be celebrated for their tenacity as they've advocated for themselves to become their champions during difficult times. This is why we are here to applaud you, queens. Well done for being on this journey, because this is a life-changing journey. It is just us standing in the face of adversity, saying we are here as women, and we are here as women taking ownership. We are here as women taking leadership. We are here as women taking charge and control of what happens in our continent. So with that being said, thank you so much, Queens, for always opening your hearts and your minds and your spirits to being here every evening and say, we are here to listen. We are here to absorb. We are here to take from another queen who knows better, who might lead us better, and who has plans for us that might be better for everybody. We don't know what the future holds for us, but I strongly believe that the future is bringing us brightness. The future is bringing us light. The future is bringing us energy. And once again, before we close, because this is our last session, I got too excited and I said, let me prepare. I normally don't prepare. It normally comes naturally in terms of what I'm going to say when we close. But this time I had to do a little bit of preparation. So last three powerful quotes. It says, never apologize for being a powerful woman. The world needs more stronger women. Each time a woman stands up for herself, she stands up for all other women. A woman is full of circle and life. With that being said, thank you so much, Queens. Have a blessed evening. And as we continue with our upgrades and continue inviting our queens, let's remember that we are changing the status quo. We are changing the continent. We are changing the country, and we are touching nations. We'll go out of South Africa, we'll go out of Africa, and we'll reach other nations, and history will remember us. Thank you. With that being said, good evening to everybody. Maybe we can unmute and say our goodbyes. Thank you. Sirendire.
Thank you so much, Queen Sibu. Yes, Rendire. Let me unmute the other queens so they can say their goodbyes. Just give me a second. Right. Just a second. I think you can unmute and say your goodbyes.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much. Good night,
Bye,
Queens.
and good night.
Bye, our chief queen. Bye,
Everyone.
We love you, love you, love
Bye,
you.
our chief queen
Bye.
Tammy.
Goodbye. Goodbye, everybody.
Bless you, queen.
Goodbye,
Queen
everyone.
Tommy.
Bye. Thank you
Tell
very much,
everyone the
Queen.
same
Have a
again.
weekend. God bless you.
God bless you all,
Bye,
queen.
queen.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
queens. Bye, queens. Bye, queens. Bye, queens.
Bye, queen.